With us now is David Corbin. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I'm fantastic.
When we were in the virtual green room, you were talking to me about your two wonderful new bestsellers. Tell us about those.
Well, it's exciting. I can tell you this. The book Illuminate, which is one of a number of books I read, is more relevant today than ever before because it's based on the premise that we can't solve everything we face, but we can't solve anything unless we face it. And I teach face it, follow it, and fix it. And it's never been more relevant than it is today.
Those are three great F words. I have one that's called focus, which stands for figuring out your consistent, unique strengths. How did you evolve? How did you come to be who you are tonight?
Well, I've been known to be in the positive mental attitude literature world. I've read just about every book, and I've shared the stage with some of the greatest luminaries in positive mental attitude. But I recognize nowhere in the positive mental attitude literature does it say we should ignore negative issues. And I said, you know what? There's an opportunity to remind people to get real. Get real. So again, we can't solve everything we face, but we can't solve anything unless we face it. So I say, let's face it, let's follow it and fix it. This pandemic, the economy, in our family issues, we must face it. And so often we're asleep at the wheel. You know, we go into that unconscious thing, and 360s and spouses and children will remind us of some of these things. But we ought to do it ourselves and say, hey, what am I not facing that when I do, I will move forward towards whatever I want with great speed? And that's what Illuminate is about. And then I blended that into branding, that you're either building your brand or you're killing your brand, and nothing's standing still. And that book made the Wall Street Journal bestseller list last year, called Preventing Brand Slaughter. Okay. Not manslaughter, brand slaughter. Yeah.
What's one of your favorite brands that you have worked with that you just like when you think about it, you say, you know what? I hit that right on the mark.
Well, you know, there's quite a few of them. I instinctively go to Apple in what I call the God only knows reason why. Okay. Right? I mean, why do you choose them? You go, God only knows. They say, would you switch? They go, no way. That's where the mojo happens. So I believe Apple has sort of that mojo. Patagonia, for me, has that mojo. Sprouts Foods, where I buy my organic food, has that mojo. Butcher Box, where I buy grass-fed and finished beef, free-range poultry. They have that sort of mojo. I believe it's not enough when they say God only knows why. I think we need to know what is, as the famous philosopher Austin Powers says, what's your mojo, baby? What's your mojo? I think it's important that we know our mojo.
I think so too. I love that. And I also believe that when you have a product, you want to create something with the end user in mind. So often somebody comes up with an idea and they're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to package it this way. And we're going to do this and this bell and whistle and this bell and whistle. And they lose sight of who the person is at home that's going to be engaging with that product. And I think in a branding message, if we could just always be mindful of how will this product be used? What are the benefits of the product from the end user's mind? When you talked about your organic, sprouts, I could almost see you making a delicious salad with them. That's
Amen,
what we need
which
to
I'm
be
doing
mindful.
tonight.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm making a Cobb salad with all fresh things. But let me tell you about beginning with the end in mind.
Yes.
That's how you illuminate. I am an inventor. I am so plowed and praised, or something like that, that I won the Innovation of the Year presented by Margaret Thatcher, Maya Angelou. It was my 5 minutes of fame. And my latest invention, which is also based about face it, follow it, and fix it, is something called Rejuvenation Station. Okay. You got to go to rejuvenationstations.com. We invented a pod for emergency room doctors and nurses to go into for 3 to 5 minutes with their crazy rolls and goals, watch this video and audio, and emerge from crazy roll and goal into their soul to be present with themselves and others. That's an example of Illuminate. And we invented that with the emergency doctor and nurse in mind. And we were finished with our 4 months of research in the hospital 2 weeks before COVID. What are the odds of that? So I think you
Serendipitous.
tap in. You
Yes.
tap into the flow, the universal energy. And when you do that, you can invent products, build companies, and brand anything when you're in that flow. And as you say, be client focused.
I thank you so much for spending this time with me. I had a great time presenting with you recently at a global event that we participated in, and I thank you so much because I got to see the video on the Rejuvenation Station, and I was like, yay, go David. So
Yeah,
thank you so
cool.
much. Wishing you all the best and continued success on your journey, and thank you for all that you bring to the world.
Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, be well. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.